Do you wish you could quit teaching and start working from home so you could spend more time with your babies? Are you tired of scouring the internet for legit jobs that will replace your teaching income and that you can do from home in your PJs? Hey mama, welcome to Ditch the Classroom. I know you're over there Googling jobs for teachers, legit work at home jobs, or start a side hustle, yet you can't figure out how to take that first step toward quitting teaching. So instead, you stay stuck, do nothing, or start random side hustles to make quick money. Virtual assistance is the answered prayer you've been waiting for. My name's Ariana, and I'm a former teacher turned work-at-home mom who replaced my teaching income as a virtual assistant in just 6 months. I did this by taking a step of faith and following the dream that God placed on my heart to be home with my babies. Sister, your dreams pale in comparison to God's dreams for you. Imagine offering services that light you up and having a job that works around your life and not the other way around. This is the podcast for you. It's time to take that first step out of teaching. Are you ready? Here we go.
Welcome back to another episode of Quick Tip Thursday here on the Ditch the Classroom podcast. Today's question is, how do I price myself fairly as a virtual assistant and make sure that I'm not undercharging? Now, how do you know if you're undercharging? The easiest way is to look at the level of effort that you spent on the project, the amount of time that you spent on the project, the long-term value to the client. And if you're feeling resentful and it like you didn't make enough money, you're probably undercharging. So many of my students in the Teacher Turned Freelancer Academy are constantly asking me, what is the fair price to charge for my services? The only problem with that is that there's no set fair price for the different virtual assistant services that's standard across the entire industry. There is no magic set amount that you can charge or that you should be charging or that you're allowed to charge. You get to decide how much to charge for your services. And then you get to go out and find clients willing to pay that much. Now, you might be thinking, oh, it's that easy? If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. But number one, the first reason that people undercharge is because undercharging and undervaluing go hand in hand. So many times I see new virtual assistants undercharging because they don't think that they're bringing that much value to their clients. They also struggle with imposter syndrome, worrying that someone will think they don't have enough experience and then go and tell all of the other businesses. So they don't charge that much because then they don't have to risk that much. The second reason that new virtual assistants undercharge, or not even new virtual assistants, but a lot of virtual assistants undercharge, is because they think, what if my client is not successful? What if they don't go and do their business once I've implemented this service for them? Then they lost this money that they invested into my services, and then it's going to be my fault. You guys, you can't accept responsibility for the things that are not your responsibility. The decision to invest in your services and the decision to utilize that service after it's built, that's not your responsibility. It's your client's responsibility. Your only job is to make sure that they have all the information they need to make the best decision for them and that they have all the resources they need to implement whatever service you're doing for them. The third reason that virtual assistants undercharge is because they have a fear of money. You guys, it is not your job to save your clients money. It is your job to create a tool or a system for them that allows them to make more money. When I first became a virtual assistant, I undercharged because I had it all wrong about what my role is in their business and their bank account. You also might be worried that if you say too high of a number, someone's gonna want to negotiate, or they're gonna be like, how dare you charge that much? Or you're way too expensive. I could go on another freelancer website and go find someone to do it for a fraction of the price that you're doing it. So in order to avoid that, you pick a price that feels safe or that makes the client say yes to you because your services are the cheaper option. You also just might want any money, no matter the amount. So you figure if you charge less, you'll definitely get the job instead of chasing someone away with higher prices. Have you done that? I'm raising my hand over here. The fourth reason that so many virtual assistants undercharge is because they have a fear of responsibility. So tell me if this is your thought process. If I don't charge you that much, then you're not going to have that high of an expectation of me. You won't expect everything to be perfect. You won't expect that I'll be able to deliver at a high level because I fear the responsibility of all of that. You don't want to hold that level of responsibility for your client. And so you think things like, what if they pay me and then they don't get the results that I promise and all the things, so you charge less. You guys, all of these 4 reasons that virtual assistants undercharge have one thing in common. It's that you're focused on yourself. You're like, I'm self-taught. I can't handle that much pressure. I don't have the skills. I wouldn't invest that much in my own business. I just need the money. I'm afraid of talking about money. I'm worried if I'm taking from my clients. I don't know if I can charge that much. If you're undercharging for any of those reasons, you are too focused on yourself. The good news is that the fix is super simple and totally within your control. Number 1, put the focus on your clients and what they're going to be able to create in their own lives and their own businesses as a result of working with you. That's the mindset shift that you need to be working on. It is not about you, it's about your clients. Second thing you need to do is to stop comparing yourself to other virtual assistants. Stop looking at their websites, their prices, their packaging, all of that. Number 3, learn how to overcome your fear of talking about money. I give you tips for how to talk about money in your discovery calls in the Teacher Turned Freelancer Academy, but one of the ways is just by practicing. Practice on your own, practice with a friend, practice with another virtual assistant, practice, practice, practice. Fourth way to stop undercharging in your virtual assistant business is to work daily to overcome your imposter syndrome. This is another thing that we focus a ton on in the Teacher Turned Freelancer Academy. We've got tons of mindset strategies like writing out your why, affirmation statements, journaling, overcoming those negative thoughts. This is such a huge piece of becoming a virtual assistant, something so many virtual assistants struggle with. And so we talk about this a lot in the very beginning of TTFA. Fifth thing you need to do to stop undercharging in your virtual assistant business is to stay out of your clients' wallets. It is not your job to decide how they spend their money. You just have to give them all the information that they need in order to make their own decisions about what they can and can't afford. Their bank account is none of your business. Okay? It's none of your business. Tough love there, but I know you guys need to hear this because so many of y'all are undercharging or going to undercharge. Now, I mentioned it a few times in this episode. The Teacher Turned Freelancer Academy is where it's at if you want to get all the tools, support, accountability you need to grow your virtual assistant business, take it from 0 to 60, and replace your income ASAP. The card is still open. You still have the chance to get a couple amazing bonuses. Make sure you get registered for that. You can go to teacherturnedfreelancer.com. Check out everything that's included. I cannot wait to support you and give you all of the help you need to uncover what's inside of you so you can become a virtual assistant and start working from home with your babies. Again, that's at teacherturnedfreelancer.com. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm an open book. I want to make sure this is a good fit for you and that you don't waste your time and your money. So feel free to ask me any questions you have. And I cannot wait to see you back here on the next episode.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'd love to bless you with a free gift as a thank you. All you have to do is leave a review of the show on Apple Podcasts. Take a screenshot and send it to podcast@ditchtheclassroom.com. I'll send you a code so you can snag my Ditch the Classroom toolkit for free. And don't forget to come hang out with us in our free community facebook.com/groups/ditch the classroom. I'm so honored to support you in your journey to becoming a virtual assistant. Until next week, y'all, keep following the dreams that were placed on your heart so you too can ditch the classroom.